Hello and welcome to the latest Betway eCricket challenge right here from the Gfinity Arena in London. Now, with real-life cricket being suspended around the world, we are giving the stars of the game a chance to battle it out in the virtual world in a 5-over game. Why? Well, of course, for laughs, for banter and bragging rights for the winner. Now, today's game has a distinctly Caribbean feel to it, as both of the players were born in Barbados. One still lives there and the other has made his home in England. Of course, I'm excited to welcome the Test captain Jason Holder from the West Indies, and he'll be taking on the T20 star of England, Chris Jordan. And talking of stars, I'm joined on the desk by a star in the esports commentating world. It's Mark Hatcher. Mark, this is a very intriguing game in store for us.
Yeah, intriguing. We've got two players who on the pitch, you know, they do it all pretty much. Incredible in the field. They've got everything they could want from a batsman, bowling wise. They hit a long ball. I want to see all of those skills transfer over into the virtual pitch. Reason being, some of the players that we see kind of favour one of those skills a little bit more, but we've got some genuine players who can pretty much do it all here, so I'm excited to see them play. OK, listen, I'm going to give you the captain title of the desk, but we're going to go now to the West Indies Test captain, Jason Holder. How are you doing? Jason!
Hi. Hi, how are you doing?
No, it's fine. You can follow me back on Instagram later. You don't have to do it now. You can do that in a bit. How are you doing, sir? Welcome to the show.
Thanks, man. It's good to be here. I'm not doing too badly.
And in terms of the current situation over in Barbados, how are you filling your time?
Well, you can see I lost all my hair. I've just been finding ways to keep busy, man. I've been pretty bored. Trying to get a little home workout in here and there, but for the most part, it's been pretty much indoors and, you know, confined in front of the television. OK, now, you're going to be taking on Chris Jordan today. What's the history like between you two guys from Barbados? Yeah, obviously know Chris for a while. I think we played against one another at the youth level. But yeah, the history has always been competitive, man, whether we're playing with or against each other. Had the opportunity to play with him, obviously, for Barbados Pride. And I know the kind of competitor he is, so I don't expect anything different today here in this challenge.
Chris, you're on the line as well. You've heard from Jason there. What are you looking forward to most about getting this 5 overs underway?
Well, testing my skills really, under a little bit of pressure. But I've only picked up the game this morning, so just been practicing. Me and Jace also had a low practice game just now, and I think he's a lot better than he's letting off. So, but we'll see come game time. You know, we'll see who comes up with the goods.
Okay. Now, Chris, I've got to ask. I've just got it in my notes here. You went to school with Rihanna. At any point today, will you be listening to any of her music while she plays?
I'm not sure, man. I'll put the playlist on shuffle, and if she pops up, she pops up. I can't make any guarantees, you know.
All right, okay, fair enough. Well, listen, great to hear from both of the competitors there, Mark. It's all fun and games, and that's what we love on this show.
It's fun and games now, and we all know that. You know, before a game, everyone's fun and games, everyone's smiling and laughing, but as soon as the first ball is bowled and we get to the end of the first over, you see the competitiveness come through in the players. You know, it's built into them. It's what they've built their careers on. And even though they're having fun and games now, it will get serious. I promise you that. OK,
well, listen, you compare the way they're talking to each other compared to the Australian like Glenn Maxwell. We know how he loves the banter early on. Do you expect any banter between these two guys?
100%. Yeah, of course. I'd be disappointed if there wasn't. If someone plays and misses, I'm not expecting that to just be let go. I want to know why that happened. I want them to let each other know that they're inside each other's heads.
OK, well, listen, let's turn up the volume on that as we get right now into the coin toss. Mark, we look like we are in Sussex's home ground because it's Sussex versus Northamptonshire.
Yeah, an all-county affair, and we've seen a lot of international teams matching up, but they've gone, you know, something maybe a little bit closer to home. You know, we know that Chris Jordan, big Sussex man himself, so excited to see if he can get himself in the action and maybe pick up some wickets.
Oh, he's won, and he's deciding what to do here. It's a medium standard pitch. They've chosen to bat. Oh, well, there you go. Mark, what do you make of it?
I think batting first is risky, in my opinion. I prefer bowling first because you can kind of just watch a lot of different variations of bowling and you can kind of get ready for it when you bat, whereas when you're batting, you're kind of the first in line, right? You've got to put the runs on the board. If you don't, it becomes very tough. But Who knows? It's a 5-over game. It's a short format that we're playing here, so anything really can happen.
All right, then. Chris winning the toss there for Sussex, choosing to bat. Chris, talk us through your tactics there.
Well, generally a good wicket at home, and in this current matchup, I want runs on the board. It's a one-off game, so get some runs on the board and try and put some pressure on Jason and his chase.
Jason, you're going to have to bowl first. How do you feel about that?
Not to dishearten my bowling, man. I guess it's a way to get into the game slowly. The times I've played the game, just messing around, I've been bowling first and trying to limit them to score. So we'll see if we can do it well here.
All right, listen, no more messing around. This is serious. Guys, Mark, as we get straight into the action now between Chris Jordan and Jason Holder.
Here we go then, ladies and gentlemen. The first ball of the game. It's going to be of good length and it's going straight past the outside edge. So pretty solid start there. It looked like we were very early on the board as far as the batting was concerned, though. Pretty much missing out on timing, placement, shot. Wasn't the best of shots you've ever seen.
Oh, is that?
That's
Looks like Chris is playing the long game here.
Yeah.
Decided to pad up, get himself in, get in line. I can respect it.
What do you make of the bowling so far, Mark?
Bowling's been good. Decent line, decent length. You can't really argue with it. Another ball.
Oh,
and
yes!
Decent.
Knocked him off.
That's a little bit special.
No passes strap. Down that move. Yeah, beginner's luck. Beginner's luck. I was a little disheartened.
Sure.
I was a little upset by you backing Chris. You should have stayed neutral, so I put on the mean face now.
So that's 3 balls so far. 1 past the outside edge, 1 padded up, and the 3rd one sends the stumps cartwheeling. Job for Archer at number 3.
It's only 5 overs.
Tactics. Oh, yeah.
He swung, but it looks like it was a wide. Are we calling that a wide? Yes. First runs on the board for Chris Jordan. He'll be happy with that.
Oh, it's 5 over. This is 5 overs, boys. This isn't a test match.
Yeah. That's a bat. As I told you, I only picked it up this morning, so.
Oh, yes. A 75 mile per hour bumper.
This
Chris,
has been a strange start to the game.
Chris, what do you make of the crowd, the turnout for this epic match today?
Yeah, it's a decent crowd, but both of them needs to be full to have a good atmosphere. So.
Oh, is it got? Oh no.
No, he hasn't got enough on it, unfortunately. 2 wickets inside the first over. Jason, you got to be feeling pretty good about things.
Yeah, I've settled down completely now. 2 wickets early.
What, Jason?
It was there.
If this was a test match and the West Indies were 2 wickets up in the first over, what would you be saying to the team to calm them down a little bit, or would you be keep on firing them up?
No, we got to keep the energies high right now, man. But this isn't a test match, so my mind is far away from the test game, man. So adrenaline flowing, just trying to keep the momentum going.
Wow, a very eventful first over there. Jason Holder taking 2 wickets in the first over, which definitely puts him in the driving seat, but he won't want to get too excited just yet. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, let's see if he can push on with that advantage, or will Chris Jordan start hitting back? Welcome back to the Betway eCricket Challenge, where we have England's Chris Jordan taking on the West Indies captain Jason Holder. Now, Chris won the toss and decided to bat. However, that seems to have backfired as he lost 2 wickets in the first over. He needs to start hitting back very quickly as we join the action. There you go, Blake Curran coming on.
Blake Curran. Wow.
Oh, no!
Yes. Knocked him over.
Oh, my word.
The perfect Yorker.
It's safe to say, right, that I'm actually struggling with the batting.
You didn't have to tell us that, Chris. I think we could see that.
It's safe to say.
Oh, lovely.
There we go. Get over him.
Beautiful.
Get over him.
Ah,
Go on, Chris.
Ah.
Shot boy.
Yeah.
Maybe this has all been part of the plan, Chris, just to kind of bait him in and then.
I wouldn't say 3 wickets done within 10 balls. It's part. But nice to finally get one in the middle of the bat, you know.
but it looks hard, man.
Well, good thing is we finally got some runs off the bat as well. The only run that was on the board previously was that extra, and now.
Oh!
Hold up! Hold up!
Oh.
Oh.
Big comeback.
Oh, 2-2. 2-2.
Seems like Chris has found his range.
Oh,
Nice.
big old swinger. Play it down the Bakerloo.
Wow.
Oh, that's
Big
nice.
again.
No,
He's gone big again.
Not even bothering to run.
Away.
I'm not even running for that.
Chris, genuine question. Who was batting in the first over for you? Because this is a different
not
animal
sure.
altogether.
Yeah, I just found my timing. Just got the better of me than first 10 balls or so, but nice to finally show what I got.
Well, listen, you've got 2
Gotta
wickets.
keep it going.
2 wickets remaining. Just keep this run rate up there, and you'll have a competitive score.
It's the Yorker again.
That's 6 more out.
And it's going all
Nicely
the way
done.
again.
Oh, wow.
Taking pace off the ball. If someone's found a rhythm, you try and disrupt that, and it is going to be the ball in the air. Is it going to be a catch? It actually falls short there, so going to be safe for now, but another run on the board.
Nice. Keeping the run rate ticking
Just
over.
in the field.
Chris Jordan certainly found his feet in this game with the bat, and I think it's up to Jason Holder to try and pull it back. And a good way to do that is to start off with another dot ball. So that's going to put the pressure back onto Chris Jordan. This is the danger man, though. Edwards, 20 off 8. Can he get some more runs on the board? Flicks it over mid-wicket. Does he get him over?
Oh,
No,
come on.
he doesn't, and he puts it down.
I needed that.
Jason, what are you going to say to the fielders?
Well, I'm going to have to call them in shortly and give them a in according to English.
Final ball of the over, then it will just be the single. Things have just calmed down a little bit in that over. Outside of the one big chance. Now we've only got 12 balls left, 2 overs to go. I just wonder, he's got a few. The problem is the wickets went down early as well, so it's kind of a balancing act now between do you go early, do you wait a little bit, do you try and just pick off a few runs before you go for those big shots again? We'll see it now from the bowler's point of view as we get into the final 2 overs. A very quick single there, just pinched as the ball drops down into the offside.
Yeah, that was a great dive there to make it there. Are they going to review this? No.
Not quite.
Gone with another spinner though, Mark.
Spinners are difficult to get away on this game unless you get a lot of practice in against them. So when you're kind of adjusting to different types of pace on the ball, That could be the problem right there. The timing changes, you go a little bit early, much like in the real game, and you just pop a simple catch up to mid-wicket.
Chris, you can hear, isn't very happy.
The big
there we
man is
go.
in.
This is the game right here.
I would have started him off.
Chris Jordan at the crease with the bat, playing himself in. Oh, looks like they're trying to get under his skin. Is that a deliberate little appeal there?
I thought it was a pad, sorry. Catch him.
Oh, it falls safe.
At least get off the mark, you know, at least. Plus I could get the guy who's striking big time back on strike, you know.
Oh, this could be it. This could be it, and it is going to be taken.
Got to be kidding me. Well,
Let's see what's going to happen here. Batting seems difficult.
yeah, it has to make it. It has to be enough. It has to be enough.
Chris,
That pitch report was probably inaccurate, man.
Chris, you should have stayed on strike.
Yeah, it looks that way, but you know, Edwards was striking well above 150, so I just gave him back.
Genuine question here, Chris. Were you playing for the average a little bit there? Did you just take the one to get off strike?
You know, last wicket. You know, sometimes you come into situation and the easiest thing to do would be to go for it. But as I said before, I got the guy who was in back on strike. I did my job at the time, and I was gonna try and go big in the last over, but it wasn't meant to be. So I have to make it count with the ball now.
You do indeed, Chris. Now, let me just remind, and I know Jason can hear me, of your bowling figures, 4 for 6 against the West Indies. I believe you trapped Jason LBW in that. Do you want to talk us through that bowling performance?
What was this?
I think it's in kits.
Oh.
Yeah.
You had a hat-trick ball.
Obviously a special day. Yeah, it was hat-trick ball. Well, sorry, the next ball was hat-trick ball. I didn't quite get it. No, it was a special day. Obviously, we had won the first game in St. Lucia, and it was a chance to win the series. And obviously, to put in a performance like that at that particular time to get the series win for England was pretty special. And obviously, to get sort of the best figures by English T20 bowler as well in the process was even more special. So, yeah, Jace was obviously, unfortunately, one of those 4 wickets, but so it goes.
I still can't remember it, man.
I can't remember.
Selective memory working again.
Should I talk you through it?
No, it's fine, man. We can get back in again.
Well, there you go. We haven't seen an Englishman win yet in the eCricket Challenge, so I'm just trying to help you out there, Chris. But listen, get yourself ready for this. But what are going to be your tactics bowling against Jason?
Yeah, let me.
Well, don't have many runs to play with. So as you saw, him taking early wickets against me really pegged me back. So I'll be looking to do the same.
All right, listen, Chris, we'll catch up with you and Jason in a bit. In the meantime, will it be a big enough score? We'll find out when we come back after the break. Welcome back to the Betway eCricket Challenge, where Chris Jordan has had an incredible recovery to end 27 all out. At one point, at the start of the second over, he was 3 wickets down for 1 run. Well, I've got to say, Jason Holder did a remarkable job to get him bowled out. Mark, what do you think about that first innings? Who's got the upper edge?
I think we're pretty balanced at the halfway stage in this game. I was a little bit nervous at the start, though, because having 3 wickets down for just 1 run, I was a little bit worried that the wickets were going to outscore the runs, which is something you never want to do in any format of cricket. So So, remarkable comeback, like you said, in the middle overs there, big hitting, some boundaries really sort of adding up and putting that total on the board. So, I think it's pretty even. I think that Jason's going to be a little bit annoyed that he let it slip, to be honest, after such a strong start. But I think that Chris is going to be pretty happy with getting that score on the board.
Yeah, I mean, obviously didn't use up its 5 overs or you lose 5 wickets. It's one or the other. But at one point in that second over, 3 wickets down for 1 run, recovered to 21 for 3 at the end of the second over. I feel like Chris Jordan's going to be a bit annoyed. He should have batted and got a bigger score.
I mean, there's 2 ways of looking at it, right? You always want more runs, but runs on the board in any format of cricket, whether it's virtual, whether it's real life, always gives you something to work with, right? If he goes in with the ball now and he starts off hot, then he's going to have a great opportunity to really put the pressure onto his opponent. So I think he'll be pretty happy, especially after what was a disastrous start. We can't call it anything else, right? Big hit in the middle. I think he'll be happy with the score.
Thank you very much, Mark. Yes, Jason Holder did incredibly well with the ball. It's time to give him some practice with the bat as he takes on our player challenge. Now, Mark set this challenge and it's not easy. Jason will be given 6 balls to try and score 15 runs. It's time to see if Jason Holder can conquer the challenge. All right, then. West Indies, then, have been chosen. Oh, against India. Sharma, very fast bowler, very accurate. Mark, this isn't going to be easy for Jason. 15 runs off 6 deliveries.
Not going to be easy, and a quick start is what you need, and all of a sudden it's going to be a short ball early on, but that is a good start. Getting 1 run on the board, I think he'll be maybe feel a little bit hard done by the fact that there was a man out sweeping on the leg side boundary and he will only get 1 for that. But 1 run is important. Every single run is important in this. 5 balls left, 15 runs, the target.
Yeah, Purin there. A fantastic World Cup for him. Highest scoring West Indian batsman, and oh, it's nice. This is gentle. This is good batting practice for Jason here.
Yeah, it's gentle, it's serene, but it's a challenge. He's going to need to find the boundary very, very quickly. So we're going to have to see if he can get hold of one. It looks like down the ground might be the way to go, and he's going to be another little push into the covers here just for 1. But I don't think the batsman's actually going to get home here. Now he's only got 3 balls left. He's going to need boundaries. He needs them now. So here comes the bowler. Does go for the shot over the top. Has he got enough on it? Fielder steadies himself under it, and unfortunately, he hasn't quite got enough of that to clear the fielder, and that's 2 in 2. And now he's going to need big hits.
Big hits, but also, Mark, being 13 runs behind, this means he's going to have...
He's going to need an extra. He's going to need an extra
from the bowler here. Come on, Sharma, help him out.
Overstep, but a shot like that is what he should have been doing from ball 1 because that is a great shot over the top of extra cover. 4 runs, hits it on the up. But that's what I mean. This is why the challenge is tough, right? Because you've got to do this from ball 1. You don't have any time to kind of feel yourself in. You've got to be on it from that first ball.
2 extras required now. And that's
Lovely
what I like to
punch
see.
Down the ground.
That is what I like to see of Test cricket. Just punch down the ground. That is lovely. But for this, oh.
I mean, he's got to try and push it. You've got to try and push it. Look for the 3rd. It was a classy shot down the ground, though. Little punch. And unfortunately, that means that Jason will not be able to conquer the challenge. But at least we saw some boundaries from you. At least we saw some big hitting.
Yeah, Jason, talk us through that challenge. Not an easy one set by Mark, but hey, you got a 4.
I got a 6, I think. Yeah, it's a difficult challenge, man. Yeah, just the timing off today. I haven't been playing the game and I haven't gotten familiar with the game as yet. So, yeah, it's a bit difficult trying to come in and get 15 in 1 over.
Did you feel a little bit hard done by that Sharma was up bowling for India? He's not an easy bowler to face, is he?
No, I don't think the bowler was the issue, man. It's just me understanding, when to play the shot, what shot to play, and just, again, the overall timing together. I think that's the main thing here that I picked up in this game so far. Whether you're bowling or batting, you've got to time your gauges and time when you're going to play certain shots.
Well, listen, I have to say, Jason, you've been an absolute sport to take part in that challenge. Mark hasn't made it easy, but I think you did very well there. Let's see if that beats Chris Jordan's score later on in the show. So there you have it then. Jason Holder failed in our challenge, but they still have a chance to succeed in today's game. We'll find out after the break. Welcome back to the Betway eCricket Challenge, where Chris Jordan is taking on Jason Holder. Now, Jason managed to bowl out Chris for 27. Not the biggest of scores. However, it does give Chris something to defend. Chris, I've got to check. Are you feeling confident that you can defend a score of 27?
Where there's a will, there's a way, but let's see.
Incredible scenes, though, to manage to get back. At one point, you'd only got one run at the start of the second over, and at the end of it, it was something like 21 for 3. You needed a bit more of that batting practice. Do you feel like you could have got a higher score?
Yeah, I think with maybe at least another week with the game, I would have been able to get a higher score. But again, you can't dwell on the past. It is what it is, so I got to make 27 work.
Yeah, indeed. Let's move on then, is what you're basically saying, and I wish you the best of luck. However, Jason, I feel like you let Chris back into the game a bit unnecessarily. It was very sportsmanlike of you.
Well, it's unintentional, you know. I was trying to keep it to the bare minimum, but, you know, Chris is obviously a quality player, both in a reality game and in real life. So I expected him to bounce back, man. Probably, I was still taking 27 at the start of the competition, so let's hope that, you know, I can knock these off quite comfortably.
OK. Have you set yourself a limit on it? Are you going to try and do this in 3 overs, or are you going to bat nice and gentle? That's what me and Mark want to know. Are you going to take your time with this batting, or are you just going to get it done?
Let's just hope Chris bowls 27 ways, man. I won't have to play a shot.
That's my strategy. That's what I do.
All right, well, listen, gentlemen, let's get to this match then. Best of luck to both of you. I can't wait to get into this. This is the second innings.
Well, here we go then, Tom. Second innings. The score to be chased down is 27 runs. And early on, I'm not sure if the umpire is going to have to stretch his arms here, and that might be one of the 27 wides, and it is. So strategy obviously coming into effect immediately.
Craziness. That was a lovely swing as well.
It's pretty difficult, yeah.
Let's see if Chris can adjust the radar a little bit here, get that one a little bit straighter. Goes for the full delivery.
Oh,
It's
yes.
absolutely cleaned him up. Full and straight, the Yorker. A little bit of late in-swing as well, and although the first ball was a wide, I think that might have been a little bit of a ruse, setting him up for the Yorker.
I tell you what, Mark, if anyone knows how to bowl a Yorker, it is Chris Jordan. And what I love to see is he's bowling with himself in that. One wide, don't worry about it. Yorker right in the block hole, and that is good night. 1 wicket down.
27 runs required from 29 balls. You can see that at the bottom of the screen. And just the third ball of the innings. We've had a lot of action so far as the bowler comes in. He goes for that Yorker again, and a little bit over-pitched this time, but no runs to be reported. A good start here from Chris Jordan.
Yeah, very quick start from Chris. Had an idea of how he's going to bowl. He needs to put Jason under pressure, and he's doing just that.
And here comes the third ball, the third official ball, should we say, and it's driven down the ground, and the fielder will get around to that, and it'll just be the single, but we're off the mark here.
Very conservative, Jason.
I'm trying my best to get
Oh,
ball.
on the ground, like, Oh, yes.
Again!
And again.
The Yorker from Chris Jordan does the job, and it clatters into the base of middle and leg stump, and those Yorkers are looking deadly.
Wow.
Round of wickets here.
Who knows? Who knows? Who knows?
The pressure is definitely on Jason now. We soon able to tell maybe batting isn't his strong point compared to his bowling. But we saw it with Chris Jordan.
I was about to say, let's take ourselves back to the first innings. It's almost a roll of, you know, exactly the same thing happening. So things can change very quickly. Still 26 runs needed from just 26 balls. So a runner ball doesn't have to do anything crazy. But the only problem is only 5 wickets to play with in these games. He's got to be a little bit careful that he doesn't throw a few more away. And he's got to keep out these quick full deliveries. But it's actually going to be a short ball here. Whizzes past the visor and gives him a little sniff of the leather on the way past.
Ooh. Indeed, I'm loving this at the moment. I mean, it's just knowing what he's going to do with delivery. Sometimes it's short, full. It's great variation here, and he actually gets his bat on that one and a couple of runs.
Yeah, it's going to be one run down the ground here, but most importantly, I think kept the Yorker out, and we've seen how devastating that's been. You can see Chris using his experience as a bowler, it transfers over into the game. Mix your length up, go short, go full, it works for you. And now, you know, what a man to come on a bowl for you now. Jofra Archer, lots of pace in this attack. And we're going to have to see if Jofra can do the job here for Chris.
So needing a required run rate of 6 and over. Doable, currently at 3.
Very chaseable indeed. And
Oh, no.
Cancels the run.
Oh.
We're going to have a little bit of a mix-up there. The last thing you want after losing a couple of early wickets. As you were saying, Tom, the run rate isn't getting out of hand here. Still a chance to score boundaries. You've just got to get these players in. You've got to build their confidence in game like you do on the real pitch. So getting bat on ball is very, very important. Again, as we see a nice shot down the ground, but well fielded. And you can see Jason's starting to find a little bit of rhythm now with his batting, and it's almost like what we saw in the first innings.
He's hitting the ball, but it's not going anywhere to area that's going to get that run.
He's got a gap at mid-wicket. He might be able to play through here if he can work one across the line, but now he gets the big shot out. Can he clear the fielder? Yes, he can. Can he clear the boundary? I think he can as well. So all of a sudden, gets himself in and then just launches one over the top of mid-off.
71 yards for that 6. That's a maximum right there, Mark. And Chris now knows he's got a fight on his hands.
Yeah, he's in the game now. It's almost as if Jason was just, you know, letting him get a little bit of confidence, thinking he was going to be in the game, and then a big shot over the top there has brought the run rate right down, but it goes short now, again, mixing up the length to keep
The
Jason
shot
guessing.
choice. It just popped up on the bottom screen, and the shot choice was wrong there. It came up as red. Footwork was okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's always difficult to drive a ball straight back down the ground that's flying past your grill. That's one thing that I would say. So you have the option to play off the back foot if you need to, and I think maybe it would have been the idea, but there is that attempt at finding that little gap, and there'll be a quick single here to the fielder at mid-on. So the complexion of the game now has completely changed. Run rate below, 1 run a ball. It just takes 1 shot with the low score like 27 on the board, right? 1 shot and you're back in the game.
Here we go then, last ball of the second over.
You can see a quick single here. They're going to have to get their skates on to make that, and they do pretty comfortably. So that's a more productive over, shall we say, for Jason Holder. Very much back in the game, and now Chris has got some thinking to do. Going for that Yorker, and he's driven down the ground. You have to wonder, is there going to be a run-out chance here? Is he going to get home? He is. Slow work for the wicket-keeper, we have to say.
Ooh.
Oh, quick single.
Yes.
Questionable. That is all I'm going to say there. Very questionable run. And that is going to be another wicket now, just 2 in hand to try and close this out for Jason. Don't think he's going to want to see that too many times. We're going to show as many replays as we can because we enjoyed it.
Jason, what happened there? What was you thinking? It was the wrong decision.
I actually pressed the wrong button, man.
That's the gaming equivalent to yes, no, maybe.
Welcome to my world.
But here we go. 2 more wickets needed for Chris Jordan to wrap up this game. 16 needed from 16, so run rate is still very much doable here for Jason Holder, but not many wickets to play with. And there's that Yorker straight up again and well dug out, and he's got to be careful with that running. Gets back into his ground.
I don't know about you, but I get more tense. The more wickets tumble, when I know there's a run chaser on, my heart's beating. This is some good stuff. I feel like Chris has got the edge at the moment.
Yeah, I think with the wickets that he's managed to take, he's kind of maybe edging this a little bit at the moment. But a shot like that is going to get him 1 run, just poking it through the covers. And the thing is, even though the wickets, you know, they are tumbling a little bit, one partnership here doesn't need many runs. Only needs 15 runs, so he doesn't need to play any crazy shots. He can wait until those last few balls, get the batsman in, and then maybe look to launch one. The next ball in then, that's a ball of good length, hits the thigh pad, and will be a comfortable run out to square leg. I'm not sure if there's anyone actually close to it. They might be able to steal in for a second run, but keeper will finally get round to it. I think maybe Jason learned the lesson there. Didn't want to have 2 run-outs in 1 innings. So 14 needed from 13. Is this all going to be set up for a final over blast as we see the Yorker fired in again? It's going to be a quick single once again. No one there. Is he going to go for the second? There we go. Steals the second. And you've only got a few runs to get. A quick 2 like that, a cheeky 2, that can change the game. 12 needed from 12. Run rate from 6 per over. Very, very doable here, but just got to be careful those wickets. Bowler's going to steam in now. That's going to be a full-length delivery, driven back down the ground. It's actually going to hit the stumps. He's going to have to be careful that he gets home. And he manages to do it, I believe. No, the umpire decides that he's short of his ground, and it's another run out.
Pick the stump up. He picked the stump up. Did you not see? See?
He's ripped the stump out.
No.
He's taking the stump out. That's absolutely fine. Bails are broken. Got to take the stump out, obviously. Put the ball next to it.
Great work there, Chris. One more wicket to go. Your fielding needed a little bit of updating, but how are you feeling? Confident?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I started with a wide, which obviously wasn't the best start, but I think after that first delivery came back pretty well. I think all the pressure's on Jason now, but as we know, in any cricket game, it's not over until it's over, so I've got to maintain my concentration.
Okay, well, 12 needed from 11 balls. It's very much in Jason's court now.
Goes for that Yorker first up, digs it out, goes for a quick single, and he's got to at this point. He's got to take advantage of any opportunity to get a run on the board. Sweep it out on the cover boundary, fine leg and third man. Good length delivery, push back down the ground, and it is going to be another one. I think, got to give it to Jason here. It looks like he's found a little bit of rhythm. He's realised he doesn't have to go for the big shots. He can be comfortably just pushing it down the ground for one. He can win this. He can win this with one, and then set it up for the last ball.
He will at some point need to hit 2 or maybe a maximum or a 4 as I get it at boundary. But like you say, just a run a ball here.
Oh, he's pulled up. He's pulled up lame. He's pulled up lame. Chris, is that mind games from you?
Yeah, just a little bit, you know, just a little bit. Take this thing out of the game, you know. It's crunch time, so everyone needs to stay nice and calm.
Maybe the pressure's back on him.
There's a short ball. Well bowled. Dot ball. He's in his ground, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, it's got to review.
They're going to go upstairs. Pretty sure that's not going to be given. It'll be a pretty disappointing way to end it.
I need to ask a question at least.
Chris is using all the tricks in the book here to try and slow this game down.
We need to get anti-corruption involved, man. Investigate these 2 umpires.
Not out. OK, we can continue with the game. 2 more balls left in this over.
Oh!
I believe
Dropped it.
Has been dropped there by mid-on.
How has he dropped
Pretty
that?
good, boy.
So it is potentially set up for the final over.
Let's see what happened here, Mark. Bowled in.
Another full ball. Chipped up in the air. Mid-on does well to get round to it. Difficult catch. Difficult catch. Maybe go with 2 hands. So last ball of the 4th over. 9 needed from just 7 balls remaining. It's going to be a short one. Oh, onto the body, goes for the quick single. Bowler.
Taking his time. Taking his time.
8 needed from 6 balls this last over. 1 more wicket, it's game over. Doesn't get the score. Well, Chris Jordan will be the winner.
So, all that Jason's got to do here is play smart. Is that going to be given as a wide by the umpire? Surely down the leg side. Surely the umpire's going to be stretching his arms. No! OK, no wide down the leg side. Questionable. So now it's 8 needed from 5. Bowler arrives at the crease, shot down the ground again, that'll be 1. Now, if I'm batting here, I think you try and set it up for that last ball, right? You try and set it up to give yourself a chance. Get it to within 1 strike. Get it to within 6 runs. Chris is looking a little bit nervous as well.
I need to
The
find
sweat
a
on the
dot.
hand. He's moving his hands just to get the controller sorted. It's tense. It is tense. It's come down to the last over. Perfect for everybody's viewing. But 7 needed from 4 balls.
Bowler in, short again, goes back, just beats the outside edge. So that's a dot ball, and that's gold dust at this point in the innings.
We got no 3 balls.
3 balls remaining, 7 off 3. If you can find a single here, just remember it's 1 hit. It's just 1 hit away, but he just needs to find that single. Bowler goes in again, short, up in the air. Is it going to be all over?
Yeah.
I think it might have hit the body, or did he drop it?
Yeah.
Well, it looks like that is going to be the end of the game. A wicket from the final ball.
Boys.
You going to challenge it? Surely you got to challenge it. Yeah, he's going to challenge it.
Oh, he's challenging it.
Work in my favour. Work. No ball.
I think he's behind the line.
Yay. Let's see. Corruption.
Oh,
No
definitely
chance.
glove, definitely glove on that. Definitely glove. I think it's a combination
Straight
of
off the
glove,
glove.
arm,
I'm a
helmet,
glitch
bat.
in the game. A glitch in the game. Glitch in the game. Glitch in the game.
Yeah.
Glitch. Yep. No, nothing there. Hotspot.
What?
I tell you what,
See,
is it going to be a
nothing there,
genius
hotspot.
review?
Come on.
Surely this comes off the
Working
glove,
my
doesn't it,
favourite
Mark?
It looked like it came flush off the glove to me. But we love a little bit of controversy.
Straight off the glove.
Nothing there. Nothing there.
Great decision, mate.
Umpire's taking
Straight
his
off the
time
helmet.
over this one. Oh, he's giving it.
Yeah.
He's giving it. That's game over. Chris Jordan.
And we're singing Good Old Sussex by the Sea.
Chris Jordan, your winner, winning by 5 runs. Commiserations to Jason. It looks like you're thinking back over that whole innings. Where do you think it went wrong for you today, Jason?
When the game glitched and gave me the second run out, man. That's why I'm sticking to it. I don't think it was my error. I didn't see the stuff being pulled out to the ground. But, you know, these things happen, you know. Sometimes it goes your way, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, I thought you put on a valiant display. You hit that maximum, you hit a 6, but other than that, you were taking it, or trying to, it appeared, to take it very calmly to try and hit that score. Was that your philosophy for it?
Honestly, I was just pressing the button and hoping, to be honest. The timing of it was obviously off, and that's something that definitely would have to, looking back on, do over. I mean, making sure you're getting timing right, but you know, it's all good fun. You know, well done to Chris. I think Chris played really well, man.
Yeah, Chris, how are you feeling after that win?
It was good to play, Jace. It was all in good fun. And yeah, maybe we can do it again soon.
Yeah, definitely. I have to ask, though, I was just thinking about it, when it came down to that 5th over, you would have probably wanted to bring on yourself, but you used yourself in the 1st over. What was your thinking behind that? Get the job done, 5 wickets, easy.
Yeah, well, wickets was the only thing that was going to allow me to win the game. So I thought I'd get my 2 best bowlers on first up and attack him with those 2 best bowlers and also give the guys who needed to follow the confidence to try and finish the game off. So, yeah, that was my thinking.
All right, then, I've got to ask, Jason, did you enjoy taking part today?
Yeah, it was an enjoyable experience, man. Just disappointed that I couldn't knock off the 27, but yeah, well done to Chris, as I said before. Plenty of fun, and I would love a rematch, you know, someday to try to make amends for this performance.
Indeed. Well, listen, Jason, great to have you on board. Chris, victorious today. You must be feeling very good. Did you enjoy taking part?
Nah, it was good fun. And also, obviously, to play against someone who was a good friend as well was even more enjoyable. So, yes, obviously, well done to everyone who obviously has put this thing on to connect different people from different environments. And, yeah, I'd definitely like to do it again someday.
All right, well, listen, gentlemen, thank you very much. Chris Jordan, very happy getting that win over Jason Holder. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we'll have more reaction. Plus, one of the guys will be taking on the Player Challenge. Welcome back to the Betway eCricket Challenge, where Chris Jordan has successfully beaten Jason Holder. Now, as well as taking on each other, we want the guys to take on our challenge. This challenge was created by our very own Mark Hatcher. The players, once again, will be given 6 balls to score 15 runs. Next up is Chris Jordan. Here's he attempts to conquer the challenge. Here we are then. Mark steps up Chris Jordan. England stepping up. Is it easy? Put it in context. You created this challenge. How easy is it?
Hey, look, if it was easy, it wouldn't be a challenge. So they've got to score boundaries. They've got to score at more than a run a ball. And the pressure's on from the first ball, so they need to take advantage almost immediately. And a dot ball off the start isn't the best way to start. But when you've got Josh Buttler and Jason Roy facing up against the bowler, you know you're going to be in with a chance. And here's the second ball. Length ball. Always just played and missed the second time here, so really put himself on the back foot a little bit here, and you can see all of a sudden the lean forward's just come in. The lean forward now he means business.
Not an easy bowler here. Left arm over the wicket. That's a big hit.
I think it might be straight up in the air though. Is he going to clear the fielder? No, it's not. It goes straight into his hands, but he had no choice other than to go for the big hit, and it's going to be Behrendorff who takes the wicket. No runs on the board is the most important thing. Of course, there's only 6 balls to play with, so wickets are not really too important. It's all about the runs.
Yeah.
And
3
those dot balls could hurt.
Well, they could hurt indeed, Mark. 3 deliveries left. That's a 6, another 6, and a 4. Or you can go for 3 6s. Now,
I didn't see any way to do it, really.
That is, I've had a look. I've checked the rules. That is the only way to do it. This is not going to be easy. And Keaton Jennings comes in.
I mean, at number 3, Keaton Jennings, maybe not known for his one-day international prowess. Can he do it in the 3-ball format, which is pretty much what this is now? We'll have to find out. And another dot ball now means that Chris is going to need an extra to slide in here for there to be a real opportunity to do this. But it's a tough challenge. Hey?
Yes.
If it wasn't tough, it wouldn't be a challenge.
Challenge for a reason.
Let's see if we can get some runs on the board. Ball's going to be full of length. He does get bat on it, and there is at least going to be 1 run. So we've avoided the duck, which is a positive thing.
Can hear Chris laughing at the moment. It's frustrating, this.
I'll tell you what, I'm sure if he had a few more goes, he'd be able to do it. And there's a shot. Tries to go over the top. Has the fielder taken it? He has managed to actually put it to ground somehow or other. But 2 runs on the board. And unfortunately, that means that Chris is just going to come up short in this challenge. But it's the challenge for a reason, right? If you complete it, it should be an achievement.
I'll tell you what, that is not an easy challenge, Chris. Talk us through that. At 1 minute, you were very relaxed. Next minute, you were on the edge of your seat. Talk us through how you found that.
To be honest, probably similar to how I'd feel if I walked into a net now, having not batted in a game for about 6 weeks. You know, I really did feel like sea. But it was bouncers and swingers, out swingers. Yeah, I couldn't get a bat on.
Indeed. Well, listen, Chris, you did. You scored 2 runs. You didn't have a duck, as Mark said.
There's no point buttering it up. It wasn't good enough.
See, that's a sportsman. That's a top-level sportsman. He knows when he's been beaten by the challenge, and he respects the challenge. So you can't argue with that.
Listen, if the challenge was score 2 runs 100%. And only lose 1 wicket, you would have won that, Chris. So that's me buttering it up. Listen, I suppose you just have to get back in the nets and start practicing on the batting. But listen, the thing is, though, you did beat Jason Holder, and I suppose at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
Yeah, 100%. I got the win today, so I'll take that, and I'll quickly forget about this 6-ball challenge.
Yeah, listen, let's tidy up. It never happened. Chris, thanks for being such a good sport. Well done today for beating Jason Holder. All the best. Hopefully speak to you again soon.
Nah, thanks, guys. It was great to be on here. Thanks for having me, and yeah, I'll see you guys soon.
All right, there you go. Chris Jordan there. Maybe the challenge is too hard. Do you want to change it for next time?
No, it's not too hard. It's a challenge, and I'm going to keep saying this, right? What's the point in making it score 4 runs off 6 balls, right? They've got to score boundaries. They've got to find their form quickly. I want to challenge these players to see what they can do, and unfortunately, he's come up short this time, but I'm sure there's going to be some players who can knock it off.
All right, well, listen, that's all we've got time for today. Thank you very much to Chris Jordan, to Jason Holder for taking part. Listen, we'll be back with more Betway eCricket very soon. So in the meantime, stay safe, and we hope to see you again soon. Jason Holder, and he'll be taking on Chris Jordan.
It will get serious, I promise you that.
Oh, no!
Yeah, perfect Yorker.
I'm actually struggling with the batting.
Oh, decent. That's a little bit special.
Yeah, beginner's luck.